Time for some bonus content. We got a second delivery of the mail today, actually, and got a package from a friend of mine, Corey Mansfield. He and I have been trading stuff back and forth for close to 20 years now. And started out with hockey stuff, but a little bit of everything. He sent me this box, had a bunch of mostly Indians, some Rangers, as in the baseball Rangers are right down the road here, not the hockey ones. But yeah, Indians cards, Rangers cards, some Browns and Penguins in there, and just some random stuff as well. Some Salvador Perez cards, which are great because I've got a friend who's a big collector of him. And a hoodie from the media site that we were working on together for a while there. And also 36 packs of 1988 Topps Big Baseball. Third series there, as you see right at the top. So I figure, why not go through some of these packs? I mean, 36 of them, that's basically a full box right there. Only 7 cards per pack. Should be a pretty easy, quick go through there. But I figured, hey, why not break all the packs right here, post it up, talk a little bit about how many of these guys will sign TTM and such as well. So let's see what we've got here. The Topps Big cards go back to the original earliest days of Topps when their cards were a little bit bigger than they are now. I think they normally measure like 2.5 by 3.5 now, and these are, I think, 2 5/8 by 3 5/8, something like that. They're a little bit bigger, a little bit wider, like that. So out of this pack, we've got that, as you saw right there, Rafael Santana, Jeff Treadway, Jack Clark. Nothing quite like getting doubles in a pack there. Another Jeff Treadway in it. Mark Gubicza, Jim Morrison, and Mark McGwire. Big name there. But out of those guys, I know at the very least Mark Gubicza will indeed sign by mail, so might have to send that one out here pretty soon. Not sure about the other guys here. I know McGwire does not anymore. Treadway might. Not really certain on him. I know Santana doesn't because I need him for a set that I'm doing. And Jack Clark, he does, but he charges $5. So, again, I need him for a set I'm doing first before I go into anything like this. So, not quite going to go for him. And, hey, also we can get a shirt from the Topps Company store right there. That's pretty awesome. I've got a feeling they probably don't have any in stock anymore. But yeah, we'll keep it on rolling here. See what else, how many of these other guys might sign. 88 different cards in Series 3. I think they had 3 series of 88 cards each. It comes out to, what, 264 cards across the entire set. So here, Jim Clancy. I know Clancy signed, so I've gotten him by mail already. Ernie Witt. Hey, 2 for 2 on guys who sign. So there's one. Jose De Leon. I don't think he signs, because I seem to remember there's the current pitcher, Jose De Leon, who keeps on getting mail for this particular Jose De Leon. So I don't think this one signs. I could be wrong, though. Got a Hall of Famer, and Ozzie Smith. Doesn't sign, unfortunately, by mail, or if he does, he charges more than I'd be looking to spend. Willie Hernandez, God, I would love to get him, but he hasn't signed in years. Lance Johnson, he unfortunately has quit signing as well, and Luis Rivera. I haven't heard much about him signing either, but there's those two. Johnson signs once in a while. I missed out, though. I tried him and never saw my cards again. So hopefully he might start up again soon. We'll keep an eye out, though, and hope for the best. On to pack number 3. Get the nice card binder there from the Topps Company store. Nice. Got some classic cards on the front of it. Looks cool. But all right, who we got here? Andy Hawkins, who, good luck on him. He's tough to get in person, too. We'll just say that. Former Rangers pitching coach, had a few, either bullpen or pitching coach, maybe both at times. But, yeah, I had a few experiences with him, and he's not the most pleasant person in the world. Claudell Washington, he typically charges when he signs. Sean Dunston, he used to be a good signer for a while. Not sure if he still is or not. Bill Wegman, I think he's a pretty decent signer there as well. A lot of former Brewers, 80s, late 80s, early 90s pitchers are good signers. You got Wegman, you've got Dan Plesac, of course, is one of the top guys you could ever possibly get. Who else? I've gotten Don August back very quickly. I think Ron Robinson actually signs a bit. There's a lot of those guys that do. So, yeah, Bill Wegman, another one to add to that. Willie Fraser, just mailed out to him recently. Haven't heard much, though, out of Darnell Coles or John Shelby. John Shelby's an interesting one. If you try to get him in person, don't address him as John. It is Mr. Shelby. He will completely ignore you if you ask John to sign, but if you ask Mr. Shelby to sign, he'll be over there. Haven't had a chance to test that myself, but it's something I've heard from a number of people over the years. All right, next one up. All right, off the top, another Willie Fraser right there. as well as his future teammate and a Hall of Famer there in Bert Blyleven. Charges, I think, 20 to sign, so yeah, I need him on other stuff before I go for anything like this once again. Let's see, Mike Moore. Tom Brunansky. Brunansky actually signs, so hey, good one to go for right there. Been seeing a lot back from him lately. Like I said, Mike Moore, I don't think he signs all. Glenn Wilson, I don't think signs. Glenn Hubbard, good signer. That photo, I believe, is taken at Cleveland Stadium as well. I always love being able to pick out it's from a stadium that I used to go to a lot, like Cleveland Stadium there. And Tim Laudner, don't remember if he signs or not. I don't think he does, though. Just shows how much the game has changed a bit there. It used to be when I was a kid, I could tell you nearly any card what stadium the photo was taken in. And not just because of, what jersey color the player is wearing or anything like that, just from the fences, the styles of them and everything. You don't really seem to have that quite as much nowadays. Either that or just the stadiums have changed so much now that I wouldn't know any of them, which is also a possibility. Moving on, we've got a Hall of Famer right there, Jim Rice, another about $10 signer, I think. Bryn Smith signs for free, very good one to send off to. Greg Brock, I believe, is also a free signer. Let's see, we've got Darryl Strawberry, doesn't sign, unfortunately. Ron Gant, he is an absolute TTM Hall of Famer here lately. He'll sign everything through the Fox 5 Atlanta address. Oh, hey, a guy who's been hitting his mail a lot lately there, Hall of Famer Harold Baines. Typically signs one for free. Seem even to do, I think, maybe up to two for free at times. But if you want to make sure you get them, send $5 or $10. I sent $10 with 3 cards and a really long letter. So the more effort you put in, obviously, the better your luck will be. And one other one is Sid Bream. Sid Bream, you may know, is a $1 signer. Excuse me. But yeah, he'll sign whatever cards you got, $1 per card. The only problem is that it goes to Liberty University, and I'm not a big fan of them and their raison d'etre, so I sent to him back when he was free and haven't sent to him since, but I kind of wish I knew where more players' money goes whenever they decide to donate their fees to a charity or something. I mean, some of them are very well known. Wade Boggs, of course, goes, I believe, to Tampa Children's Hospital. Carlton Fisk goes to a cancer charity, and like I said, Bream goes to Liberty University's baseball team. Steve Garvey's goes to, I think it's his nephew or grandson or something like that, his Little League team. Something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, so Sid Bream, $1, but probably not going to be sending to him. Moving on to the next pack here, we get Mike Greenwell, doesn't sign as far as I know. Jose De Leon again. Mark Eichhorn, very solid TTMer right there. Always love the sidearm pitchers like him. Mookie Wilson, haven't seen much out of him in a few years, unfortunately. Glenn Davis, Keith Moreland, haven't seen much out of them either. But Deion James, he's another solid TTMer. Funny story on Deion James. My attempt to him is the reason why I have my return address up in the corner of even my SASEs as well. Sent to him, and I got it back, all signed, but it had the return to sender sticker on the front because for some reason my regular address, which is in the normal spot of the envelope, wasn't good enough, even though it was exactly the same as the return address there. So it got stamped return to sender and still ends up with me anyway, and ever since then, it's like, yeah, I'm not doing anything else ever for putting my return address on things, because for quite a while I put like the player's return address on there. But no, it's like, it kind of makes me wonder now, well, how many of those have gotten lost because of some kind of weird postal error like that? So, anyways, moving on, we got Bob Horner right here, $5 TTMer. He actually lives just a couple towns over here in Irving, Texas. Carmelo Martinez, haven't seen much out of him lately at all. Oh, to be young again, McDowell. I'm actually mailing to him here pretty soon, I believe. I may toss this card in now as I've gotten it. Scott Geraltz, I think he signs. I can't remember off the top of my head now. He might. Pascual Perez, unfortunately, is no longer with us, if I remember right, so he won't be signing. Mike Dunn, I haven't seen anything out of him, I don't think. I haven't really looked into him, though, either. And Jody Reed. I know Reed used to be a solid TTMer. Not sure if he still is or not. I know there are reports of possible ghost signing from him for a while, too, so not really sure. Haven't tried him. Haven't really looked him up lately, but maybe I will again. I've got this whole batch of stamps here just waiting to get stuck on envelopes to go out, so might look into him. Chili Davis, he's been ghost signing lately. Got somebody else doing his mail for him, unfortunately, so don't waste your stamps. Bob Ojeda, he's one that I would love to get just because of his connection to the 93 Indians and his involvement in the boating accident that took the life of Steve Olin and Tim Cruz, and his ability to survive it and come back to pitching from it as well. But he hasn't really done a whole lot in the way of appearances. He doesn't TTM at all, so probably won't be getting him anytime soon, unfortunately. Mark Gubicza, once again, right in there. The aforementioned Carlton Fisk, who, as I said, is one who charges for a cancer charity. Got him for my biggest set need, at least, so, again, probably won't be sending to him at all. Pascual Perez and Tony Fernandez, who also, unfortunately, recently died. And Andy Van Slyke, who I've gotten in person at the National back in 2014, but doesn't TTM at all, so, yeah, no luck there. So far, it's been about maybe a quarter of these guys are decent TTMers. And one who used to be a very solid TTMer to start off this pack, but Rick Rushell, three-time All-Star, used to be one of those guys who would sign everything for you and have like a week turnaround time on it. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people who were taking advantage of that and sending him, 6 cards every 2 weeks. And when he finally saw that they were getting a lot of letters from the same person or same people over and over again, he totally shut it down, and now he might sign for $5 an item, but that's about it. So, moral of this story is watch how often you send, watch how many you send. Don't be that guy. Don't screw the hobby up for everyone else. The hobby's more important than the size of your own collection. Anyways, off my soapbox now. Moving on, we've got John Franco, Juan Nieves, Chuck Finley. Haven't seen anything out of those 3 guys at all by mail recently, but yeah, got cards on them there. Got Ken Phelps. Phelps actually has been a solid signer, 1 per most of the time. And you're probably going to get some kind of, MAGA 2020 written on the back of your envelope with it, unfortunately, but hey, an autograph at least. Mike Moore, Kirk Gibson. Haven't seen much out of Gibson at all lately. He's never been a solid TTMer at all. Kind of tough in person, too. I've heard, but haven't been able to confirm that he's got, I believe, early onset Parkinson's, so don't know how how that's going to affect any of his signing or lack thereof as well. Moving on, next pack, Andy Allenson absolutely hates signing. I've heard of people trying to organize even private signings with him, and he's wanting like $10 a card to do it, and it's like, no, not happening. You got Rene Gonzalez, another former Indian very briefly in his career. Doesn't sign. Zane Smith, solid TTMer right there. Very quick turnaround usually to him, and highly recommended if you have not sent to him at all. And yeah, some doubles in here. McDowell, Martinez, Morrison, and Gubicza all showing up once again. That's the tough part with an 88 card set like this. You're going to see a lot of doubles in here. I mean, 36 packs, 7 cards a pack. And maybe you'll do an entire full Series 3 a couple times over in all this. So kind of interesting. I might just throw it together. Just why not? Looking through here, a few, let's see. Well, doubles once again on Santana, Blyleven, Tim Laudner. New ones on Mike Henneman, not a TTMer at all, but does that, come on, there we go. Does a lot of Rangers alumni events, so probably get that done in person eventually. Danny Tartabull used to be really solid by mail, not so much anymore. I think he charges $5 per nowadays. I actually just traded for the last set card that I need on him, so I'm good there. And then a couple guys that are kind of hit or miss. I've seen success out of them, but not very often. And that's Walt Weiss and Atlee Hammaker. Hammaker actually got several years ago. Had to wait, I think, over a year for it to come back. But once in a while, it looks like he has been signing still. But just, yeah, be prepared to wait. Be prepared to send $5. I don't really know what exactly the deal is, since I haven't really looked him up. But I do remember seeing his name pop up a bit, at least. Claudell Washington again, Sean Dunston again, Bryn Smith again, Darnell Coles, Ron Gant. And we get Matt Noakes and Eddie Whitson. Noakes I haven't seen anything out of ever. Eddie Whitson is very inconsistent. I've tried him and not gotten it back, which is too bad because I need him on a 1990 Donruss Diamond Kings card. That was one of the 2 I sent and never saw it again. I sent it right when he was signing, so I thought, hey, all right, I should be able to get this. And no, he shut it down again pretty quick right after that, and then randomly started up again, but it's like, yeah, I don't know how consistent that's going to be, so I'm going to pass. Yeah, starting to get a lot of doubles in here. Clancy, Witt, De Leon again, Ozzie Smith again, Willie Hernandez, Tom Brunansky, and new one here, Pete O'Brien. Lives just up the road here in the DFW area. Former Ranger. Very good signer by mail. Very good signer in person. He's another one who does a lot of Rangers alumni events. If you saw him now, and compared him to his card, you would not recognize him at all. I remember him showing up at a couple events. I'm going, wait, that's Pete O'Brien? Really? You have the right name tag on him? You sure, guys? Yeah, they did. All right, next pack here. Another doubles on Van Slyke, Perez, Fernandez, Clancy, Witt, De Leon. Noticing a bit of a pattern here. But another new one right here, Frank Viola. Solid $5 signer by mail, but another one where I need a couple of set cards on him first. All right. Not sure if I'm going to open all these packs on camera here, but at least go through a bunch of them here. This pack looks like entirely doubles out of that one. Entirely doubles and not any good signers in it either, so oof, the double whammy on that one. All right. Another Sid Bream, Darryl Strawberry, Mookie Wilson, Greg Brock, Rick Rushell, John Franco, and Juan Nieves. One of the fun things is sometimes you can actually notice a little bit of a pattern in the collation of some of these packs once you open up enough of them. Broke a rack case once of 87 tops, and by the time I got into the third box, I could figure out exactly where the Barry Bonds rookies were going to come up. All right, what do we got here? We have Glenn Davis, Keith Moreland, Deion James, Jim Rice, another Glenn Davis in the same pack, and Greg Brock, as well as the checklist. All right. Sometimes checklists can be usable. I mean, with my 1972 set project, what I've been doing is, or did, since I've already gotten them all done, but what I did was I sent off all the checklists to umpires who were working in the 1972 season and are still alive and signed by mail, and so I got all the checklists signed by umpires. Kind of a different item to go with for them. So, little idea there for if you ever pull, you know, an 88 tops checklist or something like that out of a pack. Hey, see who the umpires were in 88, see who's still alive, see who signs, send it off to them. Why not, you know? I'm sure the umpires appreciate being recognized in a positive way. Anyways, we've got here Scott Geraltz, I mentioned before already, Carmelo Martinez, Mike Dunn, Mike Greenwell, Charles Hudson, and Bob Horner, as well as Sam Horn. There's the Hudson and the Horn. I don't know that either of them signed by mail. I don't think Horn does. Hudson might. Not sure off the top of my head now, but it seems like I may have seen his name come up. I'm not really totally set on that, though, so don't quote me on that. All right, I think we'll do just a couple more here. I mean, we're already going into close to 20 minutes on this thing. We got Juan Berenguer. He actually signs. I think he may charge a couple bucks or something like that. Affordable, at least. Mike Moore, Tom Brunansky, Glenn Wilson, Glenn Hubbard, Tim Laudner, Burt Blyleven. Yeah, a lot of doubles. Getting down to the point now we're at maybe one new player per pack. Maybe even one new player every other pack, but... Oh, actually got a couple strangers right off the top here. And in the middle. A couple doubles there with Rene Gonzalez, Zane Smith, Walt Weiss, Natalie Hammaker, but got new ones here in Greg Matthews, who I believe signs. Got Larry McWilliams, who I think it seems like he signs. I'm not certain on him. I could be totally wrong. And Gary Ward, who sometimes signs, sometimes doesn't. I've TTM'd him with no luck already once at least, maybe twice. Fortunately, he's another one, though, that I'm pulling in a trade for my Diamond Kings set. So if I get that one back, great. If I don't, whatever. Not a huge loss there. I think we'll do just this one here and call it a day. Here we go. And yeah, more doubles looks like. Glenn Davis, a couple new ones actually. Mookie Wilson, Lance Johnson, Luis Rivera. We have Dave Valley, who unfortunately does not sign, which is too bad. I'd like to get him. Former MLB Network guy, but yeah, he hasn't TTM'd in years. John Farrell, former Blue Jays and Red Sox manager. I think former. Is he with one of them now? Can't remember now. And Dave Parker. I think he's like 10 or 20 bucks by mail, something like that. But again, I've got set cards I need first before I do this. So, well, there you go. Some big baseball, 88 tops right in there. So, hey, you know, check out You never know what you might find in some of these things. You might find a couple junk wax packs somewhere or boxes for cheap. Pick them up. Take a chance. See who you pull from them. You might find some guys who sign by mail, some guys you want to try out. Yeah, that's it. We'll see you later. Maybe I'll have a few other packs at some point here. We can check those out as well.